I don't like your tone, Nick. Welcome into TexAgs Rewind, presented by Specs in the Rollo Insurance Studio. I'm David Nuno. He's Nick Savage. She's Callie Gardner. Callie, the snap, the point, the thoughts. Favorite part?
Jamie McCoy.
He was good.
He was great today.
Pretty good.
He kind of brought some fire.
Yeah?
I don't know. I really liked him.
Nick, your favorite part?
I kind of like hearing from Selvin Young, hearing his perspective of the game coming up. Longhorn, I know, I'm sure we'll get
strays,
just
for
absolutely
sure.
Destroyed for having him on, but that's just what
Blasphemy!
we do here.
How dare
That's
you?
not David.
Pardon?
I just switched the camera wrong, but it's okay. I'll leave it in.
Yeah, thank you. We also didn't have that person on the show, but we did have a preview of the Players Era Festival.
We had Jordan Pugh in there.
We did have Jordan
for the other person.
Yeah, Jordan Pugh was fantastic. We talked a little Aggie basketball as they take on Oregon in Las Vegas tonight. That and more is the Rewind. Check it.
Ultimately, that all falls on me, and we've got to figure out a way to get it fixed, and quick, because this one's not going to be any easier.
Explosive plays, that goes back to the Notre Dame game.
It does. It's been a recurring problem, a recurring nightmare, and it's gotten worse. And that goes back to what I was saying about the defensive line and not controlling the line of scrimmage, not getting the pass rush that they were getting earlier, because Elko said it himself. It's been an issue all year, but maybe it's been hidden. And part of the way it's been hidden is that pass rush and that strong defensive line was masking some of the issues. I saw maybe the third touchdown, one of the touchdowns against Auburn. It almost looked to me like a DB doesn't trust the guys in front of him to make a tackle. So he completely bit on, it appeared to me, a play action. I mean, he's coming in to stop throwing. The guy just walked behind him. He's 10 yards behind him, and you get an easy touchdown. Yeah. Your job is to cover that guy. Somebody else's job is to make that tackle at the, So they've just gotten a little bit in disarray, and we'll see if Mike Elko can't get everybody back on the same page.
So I had to ask about the holding calls that haven't been called in a year. And it's been less than a year, but it's been 30 quarters, and that doesn't include the overtimes. And we'll hear from him here in a second. I don't think it's the SEC had a meeting or like, hey, let's just not have any holding calls against A&M. But it's the kind of thing that if you can alert the officials, or whoever's in charge of them, hey, take a look at this. This is becoming a trend. We need to really even this out a bit.
Yeah, it's crazy because there's been one holding call by an A&M opponent. It was South Carolina, and it was declined, right?
Yeah.
So in 7 SEC games, you've had with some guys that can rush the passer, and sometimes they're blitzing, all those things. You've had one holding call. Meanwhile, and I'm not saying A&M's not doing it, but meanwhile, every time a team goes back to pass and throws a pass, I'm now to the point where I'm looking for the flag.
Here comes the hold.
Oregon is a solid team. I mean, they watched them a little bit, got to watch a little bit of what they do, and the Biddle kid is really phenomenal inside, and he can kind of score all over the place. I don't know if y'all remember the masked kid from Nebraska last year, the bigger kid inside for them. He didn't really do a whole lot against us, but I remember talking in Memphis with you guys about how I thought that he could hurt us, and he reminds me a lot of him. Just can score with his back to the basket, can step outside and, with some pick and pops and hit the three. They hit him on the pick and roll. So he's just kind of all over the place. And you see that. I mean, he's averaging, their highest scoring guy on the team. And so I think that he has a lot to offer.
Talking to Justin Lanham here on TexAgs Live, presented by David Gardner's Jewelers. Hey, I'm looking at Biddle, his numbers. Dude's legit, man. He's got some legit numbers. 7 foot tall, 6 points, 16 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, and he hits 87% of his free throws.
Yeah, and that's what's scary. I think I was talking to Luke about this. That's what's scary is you can't foul this guy either. You can't send. A lot of times you think you can send the big guy to the free throw line, and unfortunately, you're not going to be able to in this case. So you got to just wall up on him, keep your hands off of him. Try to get the ball out of his hands and try to make other guys make plays. So again, whether that comes from doubling down or, just firing a ball screen and, not allowing him to catch it, whatever it is, we got to get the ball out of his hands.
Are they from what you've seen, do they look like they're as fast up and down the court as some of the teams A&M has played?
Well, maybe some of. Well, I take that back. Probably not as fast, and I don't think they're as athletic. I'll be honest. I think we're much more athletic. I think we're going to be the tougher team. I think we're going to win this game, so I'm not necessarily worried about that because I do think that we're going to out tough them. We're going to be more athletic. I think we're going to challenge shots a little bit more than what they've seen. Obviously, they played a tough, close game in Oregon State this last game. And Oregon State kind of gave them a run for their money. And so really, I think that's really been their only tough challenge so far. With us having played UCF, having played Ohio State, I think we've seen a little bit tougher challenges already. So I think that's going to prepare us well for this game.
A lot of people that haven't actually played in the game don't understand, man, the energy, the electricity, all the undescribable factors that you can try and use to describe this. You can't put it into words. Man, and now that it's taken a hiatus and you're bringing it back, the intensity level of this game is going to be unmatched. And the energy in that stadium, the players are going to thrive off of that. I really just think, man, it's setting up for a perfect scenario. When you have everything in front of you as a player, this is what you dream of. It reminds me when I was with the Redskins at the time in 2012, RG3's rookie year. We started off 3-7. We had to win our last 7 games to get into the playoff, and it came down to us versus the Cowboys. Win and we're in. Same situation. The electricity. Knowing that as a player is on you now. The coach has done his job. He's put us in position. Now we have to execute that. The electricity is going to be phenomenal, man. I can't wait to see that this weekend, man, and see how we counter that.
Jordan, I'm going to read one chat from YouTube from a Randy
Okay.
who's a Texas fan, but he's very kind. He's not a mean one.
Okay.
He goes, and I just want you to respond to it. You give me your thoughts after. Pugh definitely has his maroon-colored glasses on. That D is legit. Speaking of the defense of Texas, of course. So I'll let you take that thought and take it from there.
Well, everybody looks legit when you're going against JV talent. That's the first thing I would say. And then when you talk about maroon-colored glasses on, man, well, it's a lot of orange-colored glasses going on. Understanding, man, that matchups make everything, but also not understanding what we possess, right? And I think that it's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of the Texas fans when they see what A&M is really about this year. I am high on us because I'm high on Mike Elko. What I've seen from this team, the ups and downs, the adverse situations we've had from day one, the quarterback situations that we played through, the way that we fought back from big deficits in games, I think that Texas is walking into a buzzsaw. And I don't think they really understand what they're heading into. I'm excited to see us dominate this game. I'm excited to see us win this game. I believe we win by 2 scores. I think it's that big of a deficit. I'm not impressed with Texas. I think they're good. I think Sark makes them better because he is a hell of a play caller. But they're running into us. They're running into our D line, our skill set. But they're running into a Mike Elko culture team, and I think that's the difference.
Is Texas as good as their record? Because there is the thought they haven't played that many good teams. And then you look at the other teams, they've lost to bad teams, and Texas has not done so.
I feel like we are, the record at this point, that record shows a loss. So that shows the imperfection in our armor. We have had some injuries that we had to battle through. I do feel like these guys are starting to click and they're starting to get there. I saw Quinn banged up a little bit at the end, but that's just an ankle. So a true warrior, that's not even his mind over matter. So we're looking forward to playing the way we've been playing. Guys are having to step up and play through injuries and get it done. So that's exactly who we are and what I'm expecting this weekend.
Was there a hate towards the A&M players, or was it just a rivalry of guys that you grew up playing against, and because of that, you just had to get them?
Yeah, definitely all love, definitely opposite of hate. So, childhood friends and stuff like that. I mean, Vince, he had his running back in high school was Courtney Lewis, and he goes to A&M and he runs for 1,000 yards as a freshman. So, in the summertime, he would come down to Austin, or we would even go down to College Station and hang out with him. So, we had fun. We talk smack. I mean, we go at each other, and then, hey, we sit down and have dinner. Have drinks. And, I know a lot of buddies of mine who've married Aggies and vice versa. So, it's a big family here in Texas. I mean, we always going to go for each other when we're not going against each other. But yeah, it's definitely a good rivalry that I'm excited to have back.
And when Texas decided to go to the SEC, actually I want to go before that. When A&M left, okay, what were you thinking? Like, man, we're not going to get this game again. Did you want it back? Did you not care? Were you ready to turn the page? And now that it's officially back.
I'm always going to say that they left and was running from Texas. They was running from the beatings we was giving them all. I mean, so, that's why I thought they left. But, ultimately, it looks like that they were out seeking, a better group pool of talent, and they found it. And I'm glad we were right behind them to come in there and do some of the same things. For it's been our first year to be on top, pretty much from beginning to end. I mean, I like to see it. So, those guys are basically saying that we wasn't ready or developed enough to do it, But, hey, I'm looking forward to the challenge. I know next year the schedules will straighten up and toughen up, and, people still have something to say, and we're still going to be Texas. So I'm looking forward to it.
So what you're saying is Texas had to follow A&M to the SEC. Got it. I just wanted to make sure I understood that correctly. And by the way...
Follow the money.
All right, Carlita, tell the people what they should do.
You should like, comment, subscribe, share, and follow us on all of our social media.
Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. It's TexAgs Rewind.